What's up, man? Welcome back to Life with Franco. As always, hopefully you and your family are doing well. You guys are healthy and you guys are staying warm in this crazy ass winter. Because it's been rough even here in California. So if you're not in California, you can only imagine how crazy it is. But yes, I am wearing a 49ers jersey. We are officially 6 days away from the Super Bowl. And I'm very proud that our Bay Area team made it to the Super Bowl. So yeah, let me know down in the comment section, who are you going for? It'd be very fun to see. So for today's video, I want to do something a little different, something fun, and I want to compare and contrast four very popular sexy tobacco fragrances within my collection. Obviously, these are not all the sexy tobacco fragrances in the entire market. This is just what I own, okay? And so, in case you are new to this YouTube channel, what I do is I talk about fragrances from a dating perspective, meaning fragrances that are sexy that you want to wear when you are with a woman. I do not talk about fragrances from an artistic standpoint. There are guys on YouTube who are a lot more knowledgeable than me, guys such as The Fragrance Guy, Red Lessons, Aaron Terrence Hughes, and so on and so on. And so I simply talk about fragrances from a dating perspective, what turns women on, right? And so if you are considering getting one of these four, then in this video I'm just going to let you know what you can expect from each of these and in what occasion would you wear these, okay? So the four tobacco fragrances that we're going to be talking about today, on the left side we have Parfums and Marley Harrod, then we have Maison and Margiela's Jazz Club, then we have Victor and Rolf's Spicebomb Extreme, and then we have Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Male Elixir, alright? So let's get started. So first I want to say that I have a bias towards Parfums and Marley. One, I just got it a week ago. And secondly, this has been my dream fragrance for the past 7 years. A buddy back in the day told me about Parfums and Marley, told me I should sample Harrod, and I did, and I fell in love right away. And I told myself, like, this is the perfect fragrance for me, and one day I will get it. And yeah, man, a week ago I saw a good deal on it on Max Rum, so I had to jump on it. So I am going to be biased towards Parfums and Marley. Now, what do I get out of Harrod? So what I get as far as scent is I get about 60% tobacco, and I get the other 40% is cherry. Now, cherry is not an official listed note, but that's what I get, and a lot of people who own hair, that's what they're getting, is this nice cherry note. And the cherry comes across to me as a very playful cherry lollipop. So if you remember the lollipops we used to take when we were little kids, that's basically what it's gonna give off. Now that cherry is super important, and like that to me is what makes the fragrance, because it's what softens up that tobacco scent, because the tobacco comes across very manly, very mature, and somewhat serious. But it's that cherry note that gives it this playful side, this likability factor, and this very charismatic vibe. Okay, and so because of that, when I think of the tobacco and cherry combination, I think of a man who is the perfect 10, and he is looking to attract the perfect 10 woman. Or you are aspiring to become a 10 and you are aspiring to attract your dream girl. Because, for example, us men, we have the whole saying, she's a lady in the streets, but a freak in the sheets. This Harrod is like the male counterpart to that. He is a man who can rock a woman's world, and yet he has this likability, charismatic, playful side that she knows that everybody else will like. So she can introduce him to her parents, to her grandparents, to her friends. Basically, like Harrod is the kind of guy that everybody likes, because he has that bad boy dominant manly side, but he still has his fun, playful side to where he can be kind, he could be cordial and respectful to a woman, right? So when I think of Harrod, I think of a guy who's a bad boy on the inside, but he has this external presentation that is very clean cut. He is well dressed, he is well groomed, he is well mannered. He can talk shit and cuss when he's with his buddies, but when he's with a woman, he knows to keep it cordial and respectful. He is very chivalrous. And so to me, when I think of Harrod, I think of a man who is the ultimate dream man for a woman. So if you ever find yourself in a situation where you meet a very high quality woman, a woman who you perceive as your dream girl, and you want to show up as the dream man, then of the four, there is no better fragrance than Parfums and Marley Harrod, right? And lastly, I would describe Harrod to be kind of like, imagine a guy who has a very deep, dark, masculine voice, but he is whispering very softly into a woman's ear, and she finds it to be very seductive and sexy. That is exactly how I see Harrod. Why? Because it is deep, dark, and masculine, but at the same time, it is very soft in its projection, right? And so that is going to turn some men off, because men typically gravitate towards loud, strong scents. But it has been scientifically proven that women's sense of smell is 7 times more sensitive than ours as men. And so for that reason, us men, we gravitate towards the loud, strong scents. But it is important to know that when you are with a woman, you got to take her sensitivity into account. So when you are with a woman, you do want to have something that is sexy but soft. Okay. And so for that reason, of these four, I find Harry to be the perfect one. Now, what is important to know about Harry is that of the four, it's going to be the least versatile because of how soft it is. And so when I think of Harriet, I really only think of it being good for one-on-one situations when you are with a woman, okay? This is not the kind of fragrance you want to take clubbing, to a house party, any kind of like group environment, because it's so soft that I really only a woman can smell it to you if you are talking one-to-one with her face to face. And so I really only see Harriet being good for when you are with a date with a woman, or let's say you guys are going out to a restaurant, or you guys are having a date at home. Maybe you guys are gonna have some glasses of wine, you guys are gonna watch a movie, or you guys are gonna have some cooking, or you guys are gonna, you can use it in the bedroom. All right, it's perfect for one-on-one situations only, right? So that's Parfums Marley Harriet. Now moving on to Maison Martin Margiela's Jazz Club. So I said how Harriet is the bad boy on the inside who has a clean cut presentation on the outside. Jazz Club is a little different. It is a bad boy on the inside as well as a bad boy on the outside. When I think of Jazz Club, I really think of a sexy mafia boss kind of a scent. This is a guy, I think of it as hyper masculine, right? So I think of a guy who, he cusses, he is loud, he likes to fight, he likes to drink, he likes to smoke, he likes gambling. He's just a very masculine guy on every level. He likes to get with a lot of women, or he's just a very like sensual type of guy. All right, and so if you are watching these videos, I'm guessing that you are a good dude, because at the end of the day, fragrance content is still a form of self-improvement. And so you are a good guy. But there are times where we just want to be the bad guy. We don't want to be the good guy. We don't want to be the gentleman. We want to spice things up. We want to be the bad guy. We're feeling like a villain. And that's how we want to show up to the world. There are times when we just want to go to a club or to a house party and just have a one-night stand. Or let's say on a third date where you really want to let the girl know, like, tonight's gonna be a wild night, tonight things are gonna go down. And so situations like that, Jazz Club is perfect. Of the four, hands down, it is the dirtiest, most raunchy, most erotic fragrance of the four. Honestly, I get like BDSM vibes. So if that's the kind of vibe you're going for, you really, really want to be a bad boy tonight, then of the four, Jazz Club is gonna be the best. Now, things to know about Jazz Club is that I really only see it being good for guys who are in their late 20s and older. I do not picture a guy who's in his early 20s wearing Jazz Club. It's a little too grown up for that. It's too mature. However, if you want to rock it and you're in your early 20s, then by all means you can go for it. Now, nothing to know about Jazz Club is that it is an eau de toilette concentration, so it's really going to last 4 hours. That's what I get, just 4 hours. But it is a very affordable. It's probably actually the most affordable of the four. And so you can always just buy more and more bottles down the line. Just spray it liberally, like have fun with this bottle. And so yeah, but just do know that you are going to need to spray a lot, and you are going to want to reapply it throughout the night. So I recommend putting it in a travel sprayer or even just putting it into your car. All right. So that's Jazz Club. Now moving on to Spicebomb Extreme. Of the four, I do find it to be the most versatile of all the fragrances. There's really no situation where you would not have fun wearing Spicebomb Extreme, other than daytime, summertime, obviously. But when it comes to any situation during nighttime, Spicebomb Extreme is going to be your ultimate wingman. And so you can wear Spicebomb Extreme to a nightclub, to a house party. You can wear it to a date. You can wear it to having a date at home. Again, you guys are having glasses of wine. You guys are watching movies. You guys are cooking. You can use it in the bedroom. You can use it for a one-night stand, romantic situations. I don't know how, but it really does fit every situation. You can even use them when you're with your buddies. So there are times when you and your buddies, you guys just say, you know what, no women tonight. Tonight we're going to bond as men. We are going to go to a sports bar. We're going to watch a game. We're going to eat some wings while drinking some beers. And we're just going to have a bros night out. And so Spicebomb Extreme is very good for that. Now as well, I would also say about Spicebomb Extreme is that of the four, it is the loudest in projection. So people will, they can pick up on it and it will smell you from afar. And so of the four, it is the one that's going to give you the most amount of compliments. So if compliments is what you're going for, then Spicebomb Extreme. So if you are going to be going like outdoors to where there's large gatherings, a lot of people, then Spicebomb Extreme would be good for that, right? So yeah, now when I think of Spicebomb Extreme, I do think of it to be more of a bad boy wild scent for guys who are in their early 20s. And so while Harriet and Jazz Club are more for guys in their late 20s and onwards, then I would say Spicebomb Extreme as well as Le Male Elixir. These are for fragrances that guys in their early 20s can wear. And of course, guys in their 30s and 40s and 50s can wear, right? So that is Spicebomb Extreme. Awesome scent. This is the kind of scent that every man should have in their collection because, like I said, other than daytime and summertime, there really is no situation where you would not have fun wearing Spicebomb Extreme. And it's 100% blind buy worthy. Everybody just loves the way it smells, all right? So now moving on to Le Male Elixir. Of the four, this is the one that is the least, that has the least amount of tobacco. Really, when I think of Le Male Elixir, I really only get about 15% of tobacco, and the other 85% is this sweet gourmand scent. The main note that I get is honey, along with lavender, mint, vanilla, and benzoin. And so it's more of a gourmand scent. Now, why did I include it in this video? Because it is a very popular designer fragrance that a lot of men consider getting, and it is known to have a tobacco scent. So in case you are going into Le Male Elixir thinking it is a tobacco scent, I want to let you know in this video that it is not a tobacco scent. So if you are really just looking for a tobacco scent, then I would rather point you in the direction of one of these three. All right. Nevertheless, Le Male Elixir is still a very sexy scent that women find to be very attractive, and so it's still worth having in your collection. Now, when I think of Le Male Elixir, I think of it being as a very warm, romantic, intimate scent. When I think of Le Male Elixir, I think of two things. One, it is the perfect cuddling fragrance because it is very like warm. It really draws you in and it relaxes you, and it's the perfect vibe for when you are cuddling with a woman. So yeah, it's great for that. Now it's also very next to Spicebomb Extreme. I do want to say that it is very versatile. In the same situations, you can use it for nightclub, house parties, date, even one night stand, a date at home, even when you're with the buddies. So that's great. It's just that I wouldn't say it's as versatile because it's more on the romantic side. And so yeah. Now the second thing that I think about when I think of Le Male Elixir is that I think of it as being the perfect second date fragrance. So when I think of the whole first date, second date, third date, here's kind of the way I see it. Let's say this is the first date. Let's say this is the left side of the spectrum. For the first date, you really want to go fun, lighthearted, easygoing. You're not trying too hard. You're not trying too hard to impress. It's very natural. Now, as you progress towards the right side of the spectrum, going on to the third date, you want to be more sexy, more seductive, more flirtatious. And so Le Male Elixir, to me, it combines the best of both worlds. It is very easygoing, nonchalant. You're not trying too hard at all. But at the same time, it still has this fun, sexy, flirtatious factor to it. And so because of that, it's a perfect transitioning fragrance where you finish the first day, now it's time to get a little more sexy, but you still don't want to try too hard. Le Male Elixir is perfect for that, right? But just do know that of the four, it's the least that has tobacco in it, all right? Now, to wrap up this video, I do want to say that I just want to continue like categorizing these fragrances just to make it simple so that you really know what it is you're getting into. So if you want to convey a romantic vibe with a woman, then the fragrances that I recommend are going to be Parfums of Marley Herod and Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Male Elixir. If you're going more for a bad boy, wild, savage kind of a scent, then I would go Jazz Club or Spicebomb Extreme. Again, Jazz Club to me is more of a bad boy scent for men who are in their late 20s and older, while Spicebomb Extreme is more of a bad boy scent for men who are in their early 20s and older. And likewise, I'll say the same is true if you are single or if you're in a relationship. If you are single, then I say Jazz Club if you're in your 30s and Spicebomb Extreme if you're in your early 20s. And then for men in relationships or you're looking to get into a relationship, then Herod and Le Male Elixir are perfect for that. But really, you can wear these fragrances however you want to. You're the one spending your money and you wear them however you want to. Now, as far as loudest to softest, Spicebomb Extreme is the loudest, Le Male Elixir is the second loudest, and then Jazz Club has an average projection, and Herod is very, very soft. It's borderline a skin scent. Only a woman's going to smell it. And so, yeah. Now, if you are looking to be the most impressive, then I'll say Herod. If you're looking to convey that you are a dream man, that you are a perfect 10, then there really is no better scent than Herod. Now, as far as first day, second day, third day, how I would wear these fragrances, this is basically how I would do it. If you're I'm going to talk about men in their 30s and older, but for 20s, if you're in your 20s and let's say for springtime, summertime, I would not wear any of these because again, we want to go fun, easy going, lighthearted. And so if you're in your early 20s during spring, during summer, then I would wear something that is fresh and sweet, something such as YSL White Eau de Parfum or something like Chanel's Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme, or even something fun such as Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Beau. Something that's fun and tropical, again, that has like, it has a mango along with this coconut note. It's perfect for her date. And then Le Male Elixir would be great for a second date. And then third date, I would go with Spicebomb Extreme because it is very sexy, seductive, flirtatious, but it still has that youthfulness to where it'd be perfect for a guy in his 20s, right? Oh, and then as far as the whole, because I said spring and summer, for winter, I would wear something like Azaro's The Most Wanted Parfum. It is a sexy scent, but it's very casual feeling at the same time, right? So that's how I would do it. Now, if you're a guy in your 30s, then the first day I would hands down go with Parfums de Marly Herod. Why? Because if you're in your 30s, chances are at this point you already know what it is you want. You know what kind of woman you're going after. You know what kind of woman you want to stay away from. And so now you're more direct. You don't have to do the whole fun, lighthearted, playful thing. You can just go for what it is you want. And of course, women, they expect you now that you're in your 30s to be more direct. So I'll just go with Herod. Now, also keep in mind that when you're in your 30s, and let's say you're dating a woman who's in her 30s, or even if she's in her mid-20s, you gotta understand at this point, she's already used to the popular scent. She's gone on several dates, she's met several guys. And so something like Spicebomb Extreme is just a little too common. She smelled it before. So for that reason, you want to show up differently. You want to wear a scent that she has not smelled before. And yes, this may include wearing a very expensive scent, but that is what's going to differentiate you from every other guy out there. And so I would hands down go with Herod. You're going to convey that you are the dream man, as well as you're going to be the first man. I can guarantee you're going to be the first man that she has ever smelled wearing Herod. So I would go with Herod for the first date. And then I'll go for Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Male Elixir for the second date. Again, it combines the whole easygoing factor with the whole fun, sexy, flirtatious side. And then for third date, I would absolutely go with Maison Margiela's Jazz Club, just because it is very dirty, very raunchy, very erotic. You're really going to drive the message home. Tonight we're going to have a good time, right? So that's basically how I would categorize these fragrances. I know this is a very long video, but we are spending good money on these fragrances, so I really want you to be well informed as to what it is you're getting, what each of these four have to offer. And to be honest, like when it comes to these four, it's not a matter of which one is better than the other. It's really just a matter of which one should I get first, or which one should you get first, and which one should you get next. But I believe that every man at some point in his journey should have all four of these fragrances, because while they all have tobacco, they all work very good at different things. Herod is the ultimate dream man fragrance. Jazz Club is that one fragrance for when you're feeling extra savage, you're feeling wild, you really want to you want to be as dirty and kinky as possible, then Jazz Club. Spicebomb Extreme, it's not going to fail you in any situation. Like every situation you get into, you can rock it. Again, from one night stands to romantic situations, to clubbing, to partying, to being with your buddies. There's really no situation where Spicebomb Extreme wouldn't work. And then Le Male Elixir is the perfect cuddling scent, as well as a perfect second date scent. So although they all have tobacco, it's not redundant to own all four. And so I do recommend owning all four of these. It's just a matter of which one should you get first. So long video, like I said, but hopefully you found that video to be helpful. Let me know in the comment section what you think of this video. Which fragrance are you going to be getting first? And let me know what kind of video would you like to see moving forward? What topics do you want me to cover? And as always, please subscribe, comment, like, and share. I'm very new to YouTube, and so having more subscribers, it would really help out for the algorithm. And so if you found this video to be helpful and you want more videos like this, it's a great way to support the channel, right? So with that being said, have yourself an amazing day. And as always, just go Niners, man. Let me know down in the comment section who you're going for, right? We'd love to see the conversation, right? So I'll see you in the next video. You take care, stud. Peace.